Failure is just an indirect way to success. The reason failure is an indirect way to success is because as long as you're not making the same mistakes, you're on the right path. Failing is a part of the process. Failing is a part of the journey. It's never going to be easy. Anyone who told you it was going to be easy lied straight to your face, right? You know, anytime it got hard, if you just gave up, it was never meant for you. Simple, sweet, that's just that, right? Everybody wants it to be easy. Nobody wants to go through the hardships, the pain, the tough times. Nobody does, right? But that what makes the journey more worth it, right? It makes for a better story. It makes for, just really more inspiration too, right? Builds tough skin. And it's really a self of your character, self-development, self-growth, personal growth, mindset. All of that plays a real big factor off of that one thing, because you're going through so many emotions and how frustrating it is to really maintain that consistency, right? That's all it is, right? Discipline, consistency, that's the main two, right? Wanting to give up and not giving up, that's what makes you tough. That's what makes you, to other people, make you look crazy, stubborn, who knows, hard-headed. It just depends, right? At the end of the day, you know what you want. You want the results. You're going to do everything it takes to get the results. You're going to analyze what went wrong, what went right, see what you can improve, see what you can work on, and that's how you do it. It's a simple formula. It's just very time-consuming, right? And a lot of effort, right? It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to just be given to you. It's not going to be handed to you in any way, shape, or form, right? The more you lose is really the closer you get to your goal, because you have to learn from your mistakes, right? If you watch Marvel, Tony Stark always learned from his mistakes, building the Iron Man suits, all these Mark, 42 Mark, Spider-Man armor suits. He's had hundreds of them, right? He's always learned from his mistakes throughout all those hundreds of suits. Now, granted, I don't know if he wore every single one of them. Probably didn't, but he built a lot of them, right? Through trial and error, and had them purpose and function for different reasons, right? Some suits were slimmer so it could fit him in his frame. Some were way bigger to battle bigger opponents, bigger villains, right? Whether it was in his individual movies or his Avengers, in the Avengers movies, right? So Tony Stark is the perfect example. If you watch Marvel, if you don't, you can look him up if you want. And his whole character arc is really just, him having the arc reactor in his chest and his heart, technically, right? And he controls that, and he creates suits. He's like a mechanic. He creates everything, right? Through trial and error, right? He wasn't just the Iron Man who just could fly easily. No, dude was going up and then going straight back down, broke hundreds of suits, hundreds of pieces, right? But he never gave up. He never gave up. And guess what? He built some of the most top-tier technology suits, right? In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So that's what you need to do in your personal life. You need to be your own person and find ways, even when you fail, find ways to improve, right? As long as you're not making the same mistakes, you're on the right path. It's just hard to look at it because it's just failure after failure, right? And everyone gives up once they really get close or they're right there at the finish line, right? It's tough. It's rough. It's like, how do I keep making mistakes? How do I keep failing? How am I not progressing forward, right? And sometimes you're progressing forward, but you don't see it because you're so focused on the mistakes. So you don't even see the little progress that you're making from the previous mistakes that you fixed, right? We get so focused up and caught up in the mistakes that we make and the failures that we barely realize when we're doing any good, right? It doesn't even feel like it, right? Even if we are doing good, it doesn't feel like it, right? But that makes the journey more humbling and makes it more worth it, because if it was just easy, then it wouldn't be unique, right? It wouldn't be unique. It wouldn't be cool. It just, everyone could just say, oh yeah, it was pretty smooth. Like, it would just be a boring conversation, honestly. If we're conversating purposes, it would just be boring. There would be no purpose to have the conversation, right? So that's what you need to worry about. That's what you need to focus on, because that is literally, what success is. That's what failure is. My bad. Failure is just an indirect way to success. You have to be willing to sacrifice everything, and even when you fail, still having that courage and just the will to keep going. Because when you lose, it hurts, right? In anything, when you lose something, Like, heck, people be butthurt over losing in a game. So imagine in life, right? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sink you to the core. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt so bad. But you have to do everything in your power to not have that feeling again, right? Or be able to manage it better when it does happen again, right? So at the end of the day, what you need to take away from this video is that you need to not give up. You should not give up. You should always, keep going no matter what. As long as you're constantly improving and analyzing every situation and taking the necessary action, in the end, if you keep going, you will succeed, right? Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's timing is different. But at the end of the day, as long as you stay true to you and you keep going, you're going to succeed, all right? But that's the end of this video. It's just a quick little video. Comment, like, subscribe, any other future content that you may want to see. And share this with someone who desperately needs to hear this, who's been struggling or who's been failing and just wants to give up in anything in life. If they just want to give up, share this with them. If this resonated with you, you can save it, do whatever you got to do. Literally save it, rewatch it. That just, especially if you feel like you're just in a circle, of just failing or you're just all over the place, save it before you even want to give up. Rewatch this video. And I guarantee you're going to want to keep going. But that's it for me. I'm going to see you on the next one.